drip.
Hi. So I'm reading a horror story kind of thing. It's already a story, so you might have already heard it, but this is my little rendition of it, I guess. So it's called Drip, Part 1, The Popcorn. With her parents out of town, Delaney is enjoying her quiet house, pantry full of food, and the company of her yellow lab Tisby. She loves being home alone, not because she likes throwing parties or having boys over, but she likes the alone time. Her whole life is like New York City traffic during lunchtime, busy as hell and constantly hectic. When the pressure of her parents dissipates, she feels at ease. Lying in her bed, Delaney scratches Tisby behind the ears as his blonde little face rises and falls with the inhale and exhale of her stomach. Tisby is Delaney's escape. She could tell all of her problems to him, and he would sit and listen, occasionally locking eyes with her, making her heart melt. He was her comfort as well, licking her hand every night as she goes to sleep, reassuring that she is not alone. Delaney decides that a movie and popcorn with M&Ms would be a perfect Friday night after her stupid calculus test she had taken at school that day. The buttery smell of popcorn travels up the stairs with her and into her mint green room. Posters of bands and performers Delaney loves are scattered on the walls, surrounding her baby pink bed. She jumps onto the mattress, pieces of popcorn bouncing out of the little glass bowl. Patting around on the comforter, Delaney finds a cute little remote that controls the outdated television perched on her dresser. What to watch, what to watch. She flips through the channels, the light of the screen bouncing off the walls now that the lights turned out. He has escaped. The serial killer Brian Matter is on the run from the police. Delaney loves listening to Gabe Chapman, the news reporter for Channel 15. He has the perfect announcer voice, deep and smooth. Sometimes she liked to listen to the news when she falls asleep, just so she can hear his voice. Tisby, who is laying by her on the bed, looks up at her, as if he knows she is swooning over the man's voice. Don't look at me like that, she laughs. Part 2, The Sink. Later that night, with Delaney asleep, the TV still flickers with the credits from the horror movie she had watched. Tisby was now under the bed, licking Delaney's hand like always. It was dead. It was dead silent in the house. The lights were off. Everything was still. Drip, drip, drip. Delaney's eyes fluttered open. Looking over at her phone, she groans in annoyance that it's only 2 a.m. She felt the sleep of her eyes and the stiffness in her bones. What was that noise? She slowly gets out of bed and pads over to the door. She looks around the hallway, trying to locate the sound. Drip, drip, drip. She wanders over to the bathroom next to her parents' room. Door creaks open as the lady pushes on the wood. She can't be bothered to turn on the lights, or the burning in her eyes would result. She can't bother to turn on the light. The burning in her eyes that would result from it would be too much this early in the morning. Finding the sink handle, she tightens it and notices that the noise had stopped. It must have been the sink. Delaney walked to her room, laid down, and draped her arm over the floor, where Tisby continued to lick the back of her hand. Part 3, The Drip. Not even minutes after Delaney lays back down, she hears it again. Drip, drip, drip. Delaney slaps her forehead and runs her hand down her face. I thought I fixed that. She whines, getting out of bed. Delaney realizes it might be the shower in the bathtub faucet. She slowly starts moving to the bathroom, frustrated that she has to be up out of her warm bed, fixing a leaky faucet. She opens the bathroom door once again and feels around in the dark. Once Delaney finds the edge of the bathtub, she kneels down, bracing herself against the cool porcelain. Walking her hands from the middle of the bathtub floor to the drain, she feels a warm pool of water. Drip, drip, drip. She sticks her hand under the faucet and catches the water in her palms. This is weird, she thinks to herself. Why is it warm? Delaney stands up, wiping her hands on the towel next to the shower. It feels sticky. She walks over to the light switch and flips it on. She freezes in horror. Crimson covers her hands, filling every crack in her skin, settling under her nails, and dripping down her arms. She could feel her eyes start to burn as tears began to stream down her cheeks. She doesn't want to turn around. She doesn't want to turn around. She turns around. She screams. She screams louder than she had ever screamed in her life. It echoed through the bathroom, through the halls, through the street. It was just sitting there, hanging off the bathtub faucet. The eyes that once melted her heart, that sat dead and lifeless among the yellow fur. It was Tisby's head. Part 4, the tongue. Who was there? Who was licking my hand? Delaney was shaking like a leaf, sweat rolling down her forehead. She slowly gets up from her crumpled position on the floor and stumbles out of the bathroom. She stares at her open bedroom door. She walks, slowly at first, but picking up speed as she continues. Arriving at the door, Delaney peers around the corner at the darkness beneath her bed. She moves across the carpet, feet whispering as they approach the darkness. She grabs the phone off her nightstand and turns on the flashlight. Her heartbeat was in her ears, and the sweat was now down her whole body. Kneeling down, she shines the light underneath her bed. Nothing. The door slams. Delaney freezes. I'm a cat person anyway, said the familiar smooth, deep voice that often carries her to sleep.